This is a straw cell and it's running this calculator. It's free to make, it's activated by rainwater, and it can sit on a shelf for many years before being used. Let's go and make one. It's one of the simplest batteries to make, and it's probably one of the most obvious because we're using the internals of carbon zinc batteries. You can see this one has got just 0.134 volts on it. That's not even enough to run a Joule Thief. A Joule Thief needs about 0.5 volts. So what are you going to do with that? Throw it in the bin normally, and the same with all of these. But no, we can take the parts out and we can make ourselves a straw cell. It's very simple to take one of these apart. You've got a pair of snips like that, and I'll fast forward through this, but then you can see how to take one apart. Now at this point, what you want to do next is to go down the side, so we end up with all of this zinc coating taken off. Next, if you swap to pliers, you can just crush the sides, and what that'll do is it'll enable you to get the carbon rod out from the middle. Just do that, and then you should be able to grab this. There we go, there's the carbon rod. And what you should end up with after washing the sink is your carbon rod and the zinc outer casing. What we'll be doing next is just cutting a strip of this. I'll do that next. There we go, so that's our zinc strip, and just one of these cases should enable you to make perhaps half a dozen of the negative electrode. The finished cell will be housed in a piece of straw, and this is one from, well, a drive-through. So cut down to about the same length as those two pieces. We'll use paper to hold this together and to separate the two electrodes. So next I'll just cut a strip of paper. About that should be fine, and what you want to do is to wrap it 3 times around the carbon rod and then carry on 3 times around the zinc. There we go, that's what it should look like. And the next thing is to put it into the straw, and it should be a tight fit, nice and snug. There we are, that's the cell made. And we could just put it into a drawer, a cupboard or something for years and years and just sit it there waiting. But what I think we'll do is we'll activate it with rainwater. Well, I'd say the current weather is a good opportunity to collect some rainwater. Here we go, here is the water. All I'm going to do now is drop it in there for a couple of minutes and let that paper soak the water up. Next, I've added clip leads to it. We'll take it out of the water and let's see if it's got anything more on it than 0.13 volts. And how about that? We've actually got 1.228 and slightly climbing. So, now that it is activated by the rainwater, unbelievably it will already run this calculator that you saw at the start of the video. So if I connect up, there we go, and there you go, it's actually switched on. There we go, hello, and it will actually run this for about 2 or 3 days until, in fact, the cell dries out. Oh, and once it does dry out, you just pop it back in the water and off it'll go again. Now, like this, it only does have about 1 milliamp available, and about 1.25, 1.3 volts. But it is enough also to run my favourite little prop at the moment, and that is this temperature and humidity sensor. If I connect up, there you can see 57% humidity and 73.9 Fahrenheit. And it'll run that for a good couple of days. And in fact, as I say, once it does dry out, well, just put it back in the rainwater. But there we are, it's running that temperature and humidity sensor. Oh, and of course, it can run something similar to a Joule Thief, There we go, LED flashing away, which the original battery couldn't do. Now, one thing you can do to make this a little more usable is to make it into a proper rechargeable battery cell. And to do that, hang on, here it is up here. I'll use alum. I'll get this out of the cupboard. I'll add about a flattened teaspoon to the water and make sure it's all dissolved. I've just shaken it a bit, but it will work. So then, next thing to do would be to either charge it from a little USB type panel, 5 volts, or I'm going to use, because it's raining outside, this USB charger, and in fact what I've put on the end of it is a 220 ohm resistor, and that cuts the amperage down to about 25 milliamps. Anything more than that, this thing will start fizzing away, you'll get gases and corrosion and such, so yeah, best to keep it to around 25 milliamps. So I'll pop this straw cell into there and give it about 20 minutes on charge. You can see there actually while it is charging, about 3.8 volts it's showing, but that's only while it's charging. I'll come back in 20 minutes time. I've now taken it off charge and let's see what we've got. There we are, 2.37 volts, and that will come down to about 1.4 to 1.5, and I'll show you next the current. Let's have a look. And there we are, about 20 milliamps, and it will come down quite quickly. But what this shows is with a very simple electrolyte, in this case just alum, in the cold rainwater, that you can get, 20 milliamps and about 1.4 volts out of it. So, starting with that as a base, you could end up with a decent electrolyte, something which gave you more power, and considering we started off at 0.13 volts, this is looking really quite good. I've just thought of a bit of an idea as a finale for these straw cells. I'll just go and set it up. Well now, here's an idea. I've got this TV here, and here's its remote. I've taken the batteries out and I thought, can we get straw cells to work the remote? I tried 2 of them, that didn't work. I tried 3 of them, that didn't work. And then I thought, oh, I bet it's the infrared LEDs on the front. I bet the draw is too much. So, what I've done now, I've put 1000 microfarad capacitor on there. And that's across the plus and minus. So I'm hoping that smooths things out. Let's see. Power. Hey, blue light. Wow, and there we are. I mean, it doesn't seem like much of a thing, but it is when you consider what the power source is. Oh my, right, well, okay. Power off again. Sure enough, there it goes. Man, let's just try that again. Pushing me luck, maybe. But yeah, it seems fine now. That was the fix, the 1000 UF. So, if you like this video, you like this kind of a thing, then please do consider subscribing and pressing the like button. I'll see you next time.